Hello and welcome back.
Hello.
I just hit my mute button when I went to adjust my microphone. I hit mute. I wanted to say really quickly before it left my brain, but when we left off from your episode, I was starting to say something and we ended with, the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives potentially starting their, is it third or fourth season?
Fourth season, yeah.
Fourth, at the end of January. I could see them doing like little spin-off shows of like each one having their own reality show, which I would totally be into.
Yeah.
I would love to just watch Taylor or just watch Michaela or Jesse. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I feel like, I don't know. I would love a show like
and
that.
even like let them self-film a little bit. You know what I mean? So like the cameras aren't even always there, but like use their cell phone footage or whatever they use when they do TikToks and stuff. Like if you could like put all of that together, it might even be a better, more interesting show than what they currently are doing. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. I would be into it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I guess I don't really have anything else to say unless you have something to fill us in on. We kind of
I have the rousing conclusion to what happened at the park. So they went to the park to skateboard and ride the scooter. They wanted to actually go to the skate park because they had in their heads that they could go down the ramps. And so my husband was like, it is way faster than you think it is. Like, maybe we should just do the paths that have little hills. Like, these ramps are like way above your, scootering abilities so far. No, I can do it. So my husband shows her how to do it on the scooter, which I would have loved to see. I missed that.
Same.
And so he didn't fall. He was fine and everything. And then she got up to the top and was like, oh, maybe not. So he's like, how about we like run up and down the ramps a little bit so you can like feel how like steep it is. So I guess they were running up and down the ramps and there was still some like icy puddles and she fell into an icy puddle. So they had to come home because she was soaking wet.
You need to bring her over to where I live because our skate park is so much more her speed. Like your guys' skate park is, you need to be a professional. I feel like they're all very high and there's a couple high ones, but we take Harlow to it. Like I feel like this past summer quite often, like we would just go and sit there and she would either ride her bike or scooter or skates. She would have her rollerblades on.
Yeah.
And they're only like little baby slopes.
Yeah.
So
we need to do that because they want to go to that
here.
park too, like that playground, because they haven't been to that one by the Y. So I'll have to take them over there.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
All right. That's all I had. I just figured I had found out what happened.
Well, I'm glad she's okay.
Yeah, she was fine. I'm just glad she didn't pee her pants because I was like, what happened?
When you said pee her pants, I was like, she didn't piss her pants. But, you gotta go, you gotta go.
Yeah.
All right, so continuing on the Valley, season 1, I'm doing episode 4, Capri Chaos. Okay, so are we saying this correctly? Is it Capri or is it a different word? Because I don't know if it was Kristin or somebody in confession said it, but it was more like Capri.
Capri.
Capri. I don't know, but it wasn't Capri.
I don't know.
Because I was thinking Capri pants. Like, that's what I thought this was. Not a place in Italy.
It's probably Capri.
Capri. That sounds right.
Probably.
Because
I don't know.
Yeah, and I was saying capri because I was like, oh, they need to wear capri. This is like a capri pants party. Like, that's what I was thinking in my head. Yeah, until then the party. And then I was like, but then the guys were wearing these like shorter looking pants. But that is like the Italian like style. So yeah, whatever. Okay. So it just continues, like it led off where they were going back and forth with each other, and Michelle gets like very then finds her voice and starts yelling at Kristin and saying, you know, that she is not a racist. And, you know, she just continues and says, you know, like Kristin is this, in this instance, is like staying calm actually, and is like she literally was apologizing over and over and over again. And I felt like through this entire episode, they kept saying, all we want is an apology. How many fucking...
I know, and I'm like, how many times does she need to apologize? Like,
I think because she's not apologizing and saying, I lied. She didn't lie.
They want her to say she lied.
Like, misconstrued, the story, but she's not lying.
Misconstrued.
Yeah. Is that not a word? That's a word.
Misconstrued. You said misconstrued.
Oh, no, I said close. Misconstrued.
Oh, no, it broke off, so it sounded like you said misconstrued.
No, I do know misconstrued.
Okay.
So I said, you know, like Kristin she's a lot of things, and I think that she really has come a long way since Vanderpump Rules, but it actually makes me so mad that no one like had her back other than Nia. Like,
I know.
Literally, like, Brittany sitting silent, Zach sitting silent, and Zach is supposed to be, well, Brittany and Zach, her, like, closest best friends, and it's like, they don't want to say anything. It's like, I don't know. That annoys me.
Yeah.
And then I'm just like, why is no one questioning Zach or Janet? Like, again, love reality shows, but how much do they pull out? Were they questioning Zach and Janet, but it just wasn't where they wanted it to be, and they're trying to twist it and put all of this on Kristin?
Yeah.
I don't know, but it annoys me.
I feel like if they were, Zach and Janet would have had more to say. Or, like Janet would have been all over it, and she seemed to feel vindicated in some way. So I don't know. Did you see that? I said Brittany's just sitting there quiet as a mouse, just downing shots while everyone's arguing. Did you see that? Well, was she taking shots?
They were, like, going back and forth. Yeah, and she's like taking her shots, and I was just like, what the hell is happening?
I can't do a shot. Like, I cannot just sit there and do a shot. Like, ever in my whole life. Ugh, they just make me gag. I don't think I've ever been able to down like a whole shot without gagging. I can't.
That's what we did when I was younger. Like,
I'd never
just take a lot of shots, but I can't anymore.
No. Not me.
The thought of it makes me want to vomit.
Yeah.
And Jesse just, you know, he keeps making jabs at Kristin, and finally, I thought this was something. Jax, of all people, stands up for Kristin and is like, this is not cool. We're literally attacking one person. Which is correct.
Yeah.
Like, this has involved multiple people. Why? Just because Kristin was the one who, yes, clearly, like, brought it all to light, but it's not just her. There's multiple people in this, so why are we just attacking her?
Yeah, she's like the easy target or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Michelle's still screaming at Kristin and pretty much tells her that she needs to apologize for making this whole story up. And Kristin is like, so you want me to lie? And she's like, yes. Like, straight out says, yes, I want you to say that you're lying. Kristin and Zach then, like, everyone kind of just, like, leaves from the table. And Kristin and Zach, like, walk away to go and talk privately. Zach says he repeated the whole Republican thing, but never said the word racist. So again, we still don't know where that word came from.
Right.
But I feel like at one point, Luke, I don't know, he said that he heard the phone conversation. I don't know if he said he heard them say racist on the phone conversation, or if that was something else, if he just heard the conversation that they were having about Michelle.
Yeah, a couple times.
Do you remember that?
No, a couple times Kristin says, Zach said this to Luke and I. She says it more than once, but we never hear what Luke heard. Like, we never hear him directly, as far as I remember, come out and say, I heard him say Republican and racist. Like, but Kristin definitely says it wasn't just her. Like, it was Luke and her that this was said to.
Well, when they were at the actual like dinner, Luke, I think it was when Jesse was yelling, Luke stood up, you know, and was like attacking him back or whatever. And he said, this is what was said. I heard it on the phone. So but he didn't specifically say like details. He just said like, this is.
I heard it.
Like she's not lying about it. I heard it also.
Yeah.
Jason then comes over and, you know, Kristen's crying saying, I would never do anything to hurt you guys, like him and Janet. And Janet is literally standing around the corner, rolling her eyes, and has this biggest villain smile.
Yeah, why was she around the corner like that? I thought it was so weird. I'm like, why are you hiding around the corner? Yeah.
Yeah. I did not like that at all.
No.
Kristin says that she should have never repeated what was said, and Jason snaps back and is like, don't say repeated. And then Kristin finishes with, I should have died there when I should have died there when I was told. Oh, it should have died there.
It should have died there, yeah.
It should have died there. When I was told, and Zach is like, yes, Kristin, that's all we wanted to hear. And I'm like, what? This makes no sense to me. It's like Zach, Janet, and I mean, Jasmine is like nowhere. She's always just kind of like, I don't want to have the conversation. Leave me out of it. And you will notice through all the seasons and all the episodes, Jasmine never wants to be like involved. It's like, girlfriend, if you're getting a paycheck and you're on this show, you need to show up a little bit more and have some conversation. It's like, leave me out of it. I don't want that. I don't like that. But I was like, what? So that pisses me off. Janet then walks over and Zach says, now sit down and tell Janet what we just talked about. Kristin said, you know, she has a baby to protect. I don't think that she really wants to hear about this right now. Janet then looks at her and says, when do you care about that? What friend says that? I was like, Kristin was actually trying to be like in that moment, like, I don't want to stress her out more than, you know, like she probably already is right now.
Right.
And I'm like, she is such a nasty bitch. And I'm not really sure why more people are not questioning Janet. Like, she uses his pregnancy a lot. Like,
oh, my God,
maybe
so
you
much.
shouldn't be on a reality TV show pregnant because clearly you know there's going to be some things happening.
Yeah, I mean, and being pregnant is not, like, an excuse to, like, not, like, I went to work every day. Like, I had a stressful job, or I don't know. Like, being pregnant, like, you don't need to, like,
you're not handicapped. Like, you're...
No.
Yeah.
And especially just, like, having conversations and stuff. Like, it's not that big of a deal.
Right. I don't know. I know when I was pregnant with Jersey, you know, I was 22 and I was working at this factory job and I made like kitchen cabinet doors and like did all these things. And I remember, and it was it safe? No. Should I have been doing it? Absolutely not. But we would have these like huge cabinets sitting on these like conveyor belt type things. Well, I couldn't reach them. So I would take like a bucket and flip it over and stand on top of the bucket and like drill these doors in to hang them. And I'll never forget this one guy was like, like you shouldn't be doing that. And I got so mad. I looked at him and I'm like, why? And he's like, you're like 8 months pregnant. And I'm like, I'm not handicapped. Like I can handle this on my, like I got so angry. And then the more I look back at it, I was like, he was so right. Why? Yeah. That bucket could have flipped out from under me.
Yeah.
So stupid. So freaking stupid. Yeah. I was like, is it because I'm a woman? Like I can't do this? Like I don't know why, but I got so angry. So, I said this. Zach says that Jason starts like, I don't know, saying things or whatever. And Zach says that Jason is in his lawyering semantics are turning him on and he wants to marry a lawyer. Like, Zach, I don't know what it is about him and it's not fair. It's not right because like if any one of these women or men were him, I would hate them.
Yeah.
Zach, I feel like can say no wrong, do no wrong. Yeah. And I'm just like, what? Like, I think that it's great. Like, he is, and so many times he's just like, yeah, I said that.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? You know what I mean?
I mean,
I'm just like,
it definitely, it broke the tension. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I don't think it's a bad personality trait to like,
no, like I
not take anything seriously or say what's on the top of your head. You know, I don't know.
He makes me laugh so hard.
Yeah, me too.
Okay. So then, Janet just tells Kristin that she just needs some time. Like, they need to separate themselves or whatever. Like, she needs some time to bring up a new story and, like, so that she can fully be out of this. I guess that's what she needs to do. So then they're at Jax and Brittany's house. And so this part was a little, like, kind of, I feel for them in this moment. They're waiting for Cruz's speech therapist to show up. Brittany says that, you know, he was hitting all of his milestones, like crawling, walking, saying dad, dad, doggy. And then one day it literally just stopped.
Yeah. So I have a really hot take. Do you want to hear it?
Yeah.
So I feel like, I mean, I believe later on, whether it's this season or maybe even next, I think we find out that he does get a diagnosis of autism. But
yes,
if he was hitting like all of his milestones and all of that stuff, I'm actually wondering, because we also see in this last season the way that Cruz reacts to his dad, which is he does not want to be anywhere near him. Mm-hmm. Children aren't stupid. Children regress, and children know what's going on in the home. And we find out, you know, like how Jax actually treats his wife and the yelling and the throwing of things and different stuff. So you know, like, yes, Cruz was eventually diagnosed with autism, but I would hazard to guess, allegedly, that the regressions had much more to do with the way his father was acting in the home, the screaming, the yelling, the mental abuse, than it had to do with his autism. That's just my opinion. But
no, it totally makes sense, you know, and I'm just wondering now that Brittany and Jax are not together, like how much more that Cruz, I'm sure, is probably thriving, but is also like, I don't know what their situation is clearly when, you know, Cruz goes to his dad's, if you know what I mean, like what that whole situation is. And honestly, we'll see that eventually down the road. But yeah, it just makes me sad for everyone all around. Says that Brittany says her mom is staying with them for a month, which I think we did say that. The speech therapist comes and Brittany talks in confession, you know, how hard it is to see her child struggle and that she just wants, you know, the best for him. And then I think that they talk quickly, you know, I think it was just Brittany in confession. And she says that, you know, like her and Jax used to have sex every day and that they probably had sex twice in the past year.
That's crazy to me.
What? I can't even imagine that.
No.
Twice in 1 year. And like that. Yeah. Especially how, like, I honestly feel like, and I think that Jax has talked about in the past, like, he has, what's that called? Like a sexual problem. Like, he needs sex.
Yes.
What am
addiction.
I?
Like a sex addiction.
Thank you. I couldn't think of the word addiction. Like, he has a sex addiction. So if that was my husband and I knew this about him, does she really think Jax is not getting sex from somewhere else?
He's cheated on her before, like, when they were apparently in a good part of their relationship. Yeah. So yeah.
And it makes me just sad for Brittany. Brittany refers to herself or her sex life as a tumbleweed. She's like,
you know, the tumbleweed. Yeah.
Yeah. That's me just rolling on. Like, I was like, what?
Yeah.
That was kind of the end of that. And then it's Michelle and Jesse are talking about what happened at the party. This made me sad a little bit. Michelle says that they haven't laughed like this in a long time. And in a weird, twisted way, Kristin brought Michelle and Jesse closer in this moment.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that makes me so sad for you.
Yeah.
Janet and Jason's house, they're talking about, what Kristin meant when she said that she has always protected Michelle. So, at the party or whatever, Kristin blurts out, you have no idea how much I've protected you, Michelle. And everyone was just kind of like, what? Like, what does that mean?
Yeah.
So they're all kind of like, what is, what's the next thing that's going to come forward with that whole situation?
Now what's she going to say? Yeah.
Right. Janet and Brittany talked about this, and Brittany says that Kristin told her that she could ruin people's lives, but she won't for her own sanity. And listen, this I never understood. It seems like everybody comes to Kristin and tells her things.
I know.
Why? Shouldn't she
you
be the
ever trust her?
the last person that you would ever want anyone to know stuff about? Because at some point she's going to bring it up.
Right.
Like, we see it through multiple years of whenever Kristin is around. Like, she has said, I'm pretty sure she said in her one confession, she's just like, I can't keep this shit to myself. I don't know why people tell me this stuff.
Yeah.
Janet says that she thinks that Kristin has something on Michelle and that she's using it to threaten her. Guess we'll find out later. Yeah. Is that your dogs barking or mine?
They're not mine.
It's mine. It's my dogs. Oh yeah, your dog doesn't bark. I forgot.
No.
And you have one. Multiple. Janet talks about this gala that she's planning with her best friend Jared. So I guess this guy she met through Kristin. Kristin and this Jared, I guess, were longtime friends. Correct me if I'm wrong here. Something happened that he ended up getting this like stem cell therapy that like saved his life, and now he does this big gala to like raise money for
that sounds
this
right.
stem cell thing. So she was saying Kristin has known him longer, but she's better friends with him now. Okay, yeah, Janet. Like, and you'll see this again throughout the seasons. Like, Janet was a nobody. Literally nobody. Kristin is the one, I'm pretty sure, who brought her into this group. And
Probably.
Now Janet thinks that she is like somebody now. Like, that would annoy the shit out of me. Like, if I am the one who made somebody pretty much, and again, still, we don't even know Janet. You know what I mean? She's nobody right now. But she's making herself out to be like this something. I don't know.
I think she's always been around. Like, she was a clinger to, like, Sheena and stuff, too. Like, so she was always just, like, a background person in those groups from even back in the day.
So,
because there was
I wasn't going to say
rumor
it,
about her
but
and Sheena.
Yeah, so later on, I don't even know if it's in this season, they say that Janet was a Vanderpump, like, fan.
Yes.
And wanted on the show. And that's how this all, like, she became into this. Which is insane to me. Like, good for her, Janet, for making it, on the show, whatever. But
she made a show. Yeah.
She made a show, yeah. So then Mom's calling. My phone was ringing. I'll silence her. So then Kristin and Luke's house. Kristin is in confession. It says that, her and Zach make up what they realized that they were just, pawn. Why did that do that? I thought I shut it down. Sorry. That they were just pawns in her manipulation game. I said, this is crazy to me that Kristin is okay that Zach is having, like, her take all of the heat when he's the one who repeated this. It's like, she sits here and says, oh, yeah, Zach and I are cool now. Like, we talked in, like, now Zach is putting this all on Janet. Yeah. You know what I mean? Which, it is. Janet's the one who started it.
Yeah, quick question. How did Zach find out? Because it was Michelle, Janet, and Brittany at a dinner. Did Brittany take this to Zach? Or did Janet take this info to Zach? It was Janet to Zach, right? Because she was saying you're gay and to Michelle Janet might be
Jasmine
against gay people. Yes. Okay. That's what it was. I couldn't remember. Okay.
And then Zach took it to Kristin.
Yes.
And then I just said, you know, like, Kristin definitely shouldn't have repeated it, but what she heard, but she's not the one who said these things. I mean, right. In a roundabout way. Then Danny is meeting with Jax and Jesse, and they're taking their kids to this county fair.
Yeah. This was something, watching the dads try to get all the kids together in a van. And
Danny could not put the car seat in. Like, he's like, I'm Mia.
Yeah. How do you have 3 children, one almost 2 years old, and you can't freaking click a car seat in no problem by that point? Come on.
Right.
Like, you should be an expert at that point.
You should be an expert. But in his defense, I will say, because you know how some of the cars, well, most cars have those, like, metal
click
things
locks
that are under the seats. So you just click them. That's what he was looking for, and they didn't have them. So
how?
He didn't know how.
Seem like they have newer cars. How would they not have those things?
Well, that was some van. Yeah, I have no idea. But he could not figure out how to put that damn thing in. They briefly talk in the car about, you know, Kristin, and Jax makes the comment, I don't know how much more I can protect her and have her back. I was like, God. Jax, shut your mouth. Like, he makes me so angry because, like, sometimes I do feel like Jax has good intentions, and, like, he is so close with Kristin. Like, I hate when they refer as each other as brother and sister because they had sex before, and that's gross. But they do seem to, you know, like, they do have a very close relationship, but it's like he will, any second he has to make a bad comment about her or turn on her, he will. Like, that, him, of all people. And again, we'll see it throughout, but it's like he always tries to find the fault in everybody else, but not himself. Like, he literally has to have mental issues.
Oh, 100%. Yes.
To think that he is, like, does no wrong. I have no idea. But
he literally cannot think about anybody else but himself. Like, he relates everything back to himself. Like, everything. I don't. Yeah, I've never seen anybody act like him before. He's something.
Well, even, like, with the bar situation, he's just like, oh, well, I can tell you, I'm involving my wife in this. I'm not going to end in a divorce like
Tom and Tom.
The other two, Tom and Tom.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I can't. And I was like, oh, buddy, like, you are so dumb.
Clue.
Like, so dumb.
Yeah.
Where am I at here? Ooh, it says trying to reconnect. Make sure you have a stable interconnect. I swear.
From my side, you're still here. So you can keep going as far as I can tell.
Danny says that, Danny says that she told Nia that she's working on herself and going to therapy, and Jax says her therapist needs to be fired. And I was, again, speak for yourself, Jax. Like, are you even going to therapy? Because you should be. Jax says, Jax asked Jesse how their marriage coaching is going. Jesse straight up lies in this moment. And he's like that he was told that he shouldn't touch her or make comments about her ass or tell her how hot she is because it was making her uncomfortable and that she feels like they're fake comments. And I was like,
yeah, I mean, we at least didn't hear any of that.
That's not what the therapist said. She said that he has not made her feel like he hasn't complimented her or anything on herself in a very long time. And then he was like, well, when I do, like, she thinks that it's fake. Well, yeah, because you can't just randomly, when you want it to benefit you, then make a comment. Like, oh, I want to have sex tonight, so I'm going to now say that she looks good. And I'm like, he's not understanding what the coach is telling him at all. No, like, come on, Jesse. All.
Yeah.
Jax says that it's the complete opposite for him, and he just doesn't compliment his wife at all. Like, well, I'm glad you're honest, Jax. Like, maybe you should change that. Like, and maybe. He has, like, little bits over, like, again, I hate that I've watched all these episodes because, like, I'm going forward. But at some point, I'm pretty sure that he has made comments that he's just, like, not as sexually attracted to Brittany.
Yes.
Like, since she's had Cruz. And that makes me so sad for any woman because it's like,
I know.
Men have no idea what the hell a woman has to go through. Like, one, do you think that, like, we feel awful about ourselves and then you have a man that makes a comment like that? Like, that just grosses me out.
Yeah.
Oh, so I love this. So Danny brings up the love language test and Jax is like, can I buy this at CVS or something? So anyway, I said, so what is your love language?
So we took this, I can't remember. We were doing like counseling or something and they gave us the book. And I like score really low on all of them, but I think mine is like, and I can't think of what it actually is, but it's like when I'm thought of. Like, so if he comes home with like sushi because he saw it and was like, oh, she would like sushi, or like he thinks of me and like just comes home with, oh, I got you like, you know, a Ben and Jerry's ice cream. So I think it's just like knowing like, so is that like, that's not really acts of service because he's not doing something for me and it's not like gift giving, but like it's just knowing that like, I guess I'm on his mind, but I can't think of which love language that is because I can't remember what they all are.
So I was just going to pull it up. So it's acts of service, quality time, words of affirmation, physical touch, and receiving gifts.
Oh. So maybe it's like a mix between like
acts of service and receiving gifts.
Yeah, maybe. It's kind of like a combination where it's neither of those two things, but it's kind of both. Like, yeah. Because I don't really want gifts, but I like knowing that he did something because he was thinking about me. It doesn't have to be a physical thing he brings, but like if he's like, oh, I took your car and got gas, or like, oh, I warmed your car up for you, or cleaned it off for I don't know. Like, it's like a mix. Yeah, but would it be acts of service when he like brings something to me?
Yeah.
I just like knowing that he thought of me.
It shows like a dinner plate with a hand under it. Acts of service. Okay. Yeah, maybe I'm acts of service and I just kind of misunderstood what that meant. So what about you? Same. Skylar and I have never actually taken a test. I didn't even know, honestly. Is there a book or something out, or is it like
there's a book? You can then you can take tests online too.
Yeah. So, and mine's more of like when I worked all day and I don't get home until 7 o'clock, like if there's dishes in my sink and like he took it upon like to do the dishes or like clean the counter off, throw a load of laundry in, though that is my love.
So I guess that's acts of service too.
Like that is a complete game changer for me. Like if I come home and my house, especially if I cleaned it before I left work and I come home and it's a mess, instantly just sets me off and puts me in a bad mood.
Yeah.
If I come home and my house looks like the way I left it, I'm just like, it just makes me in a good mood. And I'm just like, yep, we're going to have sex tonight. But if I'm angry, get the hell away from me.
Yes.
Like, no.
Yes.
So, yes, definitely. That's my love language. I would say Skylar's is 100% physical touch. Like, he needs, I don't know for sure. If you asked him, he would probably say something different. I never really asked him, again, because we never did it. But he needs, like, I feel like the attention. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just like, I don't know. But that's just me. That's how I feel about him. I'm not really
right.
sure.
Yeah, it's not like he's taking the test. So I feel like my husband would say it's physical touch, but that's because he's equating sex with physical touch. It's not like he's like wants like a hug or like a cuddle, which to me is what actually physical touch is. Like constantly like wanting that. I think he just thinks, oh, because I really like sex a lot, that means physical touch. I think his might actually be words of affirmation. But again, that's me putting that on him. But I don't think he would ever say that, like, at all. I think he likes when I'm like, say he looks good, or like thank him for something that he did, or say like, oh my God, that was such a good job. Like, I love, like what you just did. Like, I think that, honestly, I think that's what it is, but I don't think he would say that.
Yeah. Now I want to do it and see what Skylar's actually is, because I feel like that is something as a couple that people should know, that to work on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So you can figure out what makes them happy.
Because that's like a game changer.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, I'm just very open, and I will say for sure, like, that is what I like. Like, that will put me in a good mood when you acts of service, do things.
Yeah, it's taken me years to, I think, realize even myself what I want, and then to like say it out loud. Like, because I think when you're younger, especially, you go through that, like, well, why don't they just know me? Or why don't they just figure it out? Like, it's so simple. And then like as you get older, you're like, just say it. Like, what are you going to hurt to be like, I need you to do this for me. I need you to give me a hug, or I need you to just agree with me. Like, you just have to say that out loud. And then when it happens, I'm like, I was an idiot, like, for so long. Like, I could have just asked for this a long time ago.
Yeah. And that seriously has been my life. Like, I feel like there's so many times that I am like hard on him, and I'm just like, well, you should know this. And he's like, I can't read your mind. But if I say, hey, could you do this, this, and this? He'll do it. But then I guess sometimes I'm like, I just wish that he could see that this stuff needs done. Why do I have to be constantly the one who needs to tell him?
Yeah.
But, you can't.
Yeah, I don't think you need to make a list and be like specific, but like to make your partner understand, it makes me really happy if I come home to a clean house. Like, then they should be smart enough and be able to figure out what that means. You know what I mean? Right. Like, you shouldn't say, I need the dishes done. I need the, laundry folded. Right. Like, you don't need to be specific with them, because then that's just them putting more of like a mental burden load on you that's unnecessary kind of thing,
Yeah. Yeah. So then Kristin and Luke are at dinner, and Luke says that in LA, there's only about 90% of douchebags there. This I thought was funny because I notice I use that word way too much, and I don't know why. It's just like in my vocabulary. And as I was sitting on the couch taking these notes or whatever, and Harlow comes and sits next to me. I didn't even realize it, and she was reading my damn notes, and she's like, douchebag, what's that? And I was like, And I was like, it's not a nice word, don't repeat it. And Skylar like looks at me and he's like, you use that word all the time. And I was like, I know I do, and I don't know why, but I was like, in this moment, I'm actually not using it. The guy from the show actually said it. But
I feel like that word's going to go away, because like that's not even like, remember that like a douche was a thing. Yes. Like, it used to be a thing that people did, was use a douche bag.
Can I tell
we had a friend,
our
neighbor, who used to do that. Yes. I remember
That's how I
doing
learned about it.
Yes, me
That's
too.
how I learned.
Yeah,
but I think that was honestly because I feel like Mom even talked about it at one point in time. Like, I feel like in the 80s, early 90s, like, that's what people did. We were obviously never old enough to actually do it.
No, I never
when
have done one. Yeah.
Oh, when our friend told us, and I was like, what? And they're like, yeah, it's to make you, like, clean you out and make you smell better. No, like, now in this world, we realize you are disrupting your chemical balance, and you're probably making yourself not better.
Right. That was the patriarchy. Like, that's what that was.
That was squeezed. Like, this
it's a little bag full of, like, cleaner that had a tip on it, and you put it in you and squeeze it, and then it just, like, it comes all out. Yeah.
Thank God we never did that.
No.
I bet women were having infections from those stupid douchebags.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. Could you imagine? No.
So then, he talks about, like, his circle in Colorado, and that, where he wants to start his family. Like, like, that's his place. And I said, like, Kristin, she has said that she is not ready to move.
I know.
And they're clearly not on the same page. Like, I don't know if they just, like, don't really want to talk about it. But Kristin is like, this is where my job is. Like, this is where I want to stay. She is 100% an LA girl. And Luke really thinks that they're going to move to Colorado. I don't know. Where are they currently? In LA?
I think they're still in LA, as far as I know. I mean, they're still doing the show and stuff, unless they just always come back for the summer.
Yeah, or travel a lot. You know what I mean? To go to Colorado. Yeah. But I said move. I have never been to Colorado, but it looks beautiful. And honestly,
I have.
I think
it's gorgeous. I would move there.
I don't think that there's enough drama in Colorado for Kristin. I think, honestly, that she's an LA girl. Like, that's just what she is known for, and to be in LA. And I feel like, I don't know, I guess they'll figure it out, but I would 100% move to Colorado.
Maybe they'll eventually be like, okay, school year in Colorado, so, like, we're raising a more down-to-earth kid. He has a business there too. Like, he literally owns like a farm and a business and stuff, so, like, he can't not be there. And then, like, they'll compromise and, like, spend summers in LA, or, like, for as long as she's filming or whatever she's doing. I mean, it's when you have money, like, it's possible. It's not out of the realm of possibility. So
right. Yeah. So then Brittany and Danny are at Luke and Kristin setting up candles and flowers. So this is while Kristin and Luke are at dinner. Danny and Brittany are setting up their apartment with, like, flowers and candles, and getting it, like, all romantic for them to, baby make again, because, that's something that you do. Then that was pretty much about it. Other than Danny running around and sweating like a maniac from, like, trying to get this, like, place set up quickly. And I don't know what the hell they were doing the whole time, but he was just, like, sweating like a mad person. Yeah. Jax, Brittany, Janet, and Jason. Oh, so they're driving in the car together to go to this gala. Janet asked Jason, like, hey, what's our budget for tonight? Just so I have an idea, and, like, I guess she doesn't, like, overspend or whatever. And Jason says $2,500, which, that's insane to me. Like, to be able to go to, something like that and be like, $2,500 will, like, put towards this gala, which is amazing, but I just don't have that kind of money to throw around like
$100. That. That's my donation, max.
Right? Same. Jax says, that's a good question. What's ours, Brittany? And she's like, I will spend my money and you spend yours.
Yeah.
Then, Jax is like, well, we shouldn't go over 2,000 because we have multiple speech sessions for crews. And I was like, Jax, you mean that you're now going to take money out of your coke habit? Like, that's what I wanted to say.
Yeah.
You're not caring about your kids' fucking speech classes. Like, you clearly have money to spend on other things. Why are you so, like, that annoyed me when he said that.
I feel like he got annoyed and almost tried to change it because he was expecting Brittany and him to talk more like Janet and Jason did about the money. And she kind of outed him saying, like, what do you mean? We don't even have our funds together anymore. Like, I pay my shit, you pay yours. So what? It's none of your business what my budget is. And that, like, pissed him off. So then he's like, you just bought bags. You just did this.
Yeah.
Like, he immediately goes to, like, as if she's the one who's a bad spender. I'm like, she's probably paying for every single one of those speech classes for him, not you.
Oh,
what money is he even bringing in beyond the show? She does freaking promotional stuff all the time, and she always has events and stuff that she's doing. His bar is probably just eating his money. Like, you know, what is he even making right now?
Well, nothing, because it's not open yet, and he said he didn't put a dime into that bar. So who knows? Like, it's Jax's bar, but I guarantee
they're just using his name.
Money. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Everyone is showing up in all glam and looking fab. Jesse walks in, and Zach nails it. He's like, Jesse looks like a guy walking to a bar into the 80s and is about to snort a line of cocaine straight off the bar.
So stupid.
Like, so stupid. And he's like, this is I forget what he called it, but like pretty much saying like he was like so stylish and looking like so good for the evening. And I said, it's an awful jacket, but Michelle looked gorgeous. Like, I think Michelle is stunning. Like, she absolutely beautiful. They're talking where their seats are, and Danny says, oh, no, not talking where their seats are. Danny and Nia are walking to their seats, and Danny's like, kiss me. And, like, she reaches, or, like, as they're walking to their table, like, she reaches over and, like, kisses him. And I was like, that's weird. Like, I feel like that was 100% for a show.
Yeah.
And he forgot that his mic was on.
Yeah.
Like, I thought that was cringe.
Yeah, it was weird.
Zach tells Michelle that he's sorry for starting this and for having the conversation with Kristin. Zach tells Michelle. Zach then goes up to Michelle and says, sorry for starting this and having the conversation with Kristin, whatever. Michelle in confession says, I'm sure Zach, Janet, and Jasmine were discussing something about me, you know, the things that they said to Kristin. Wait, what? Michelle in confession says, I'm sure Zach, Janet, and Jasmine were discussing something about me. But the thing is, they didn't say it, Kristin did. And I was like, what? So she's justifying, like, she knows that she was being talked about behind her back. But because Kristin outed it, she's the bad one. That makes
essentially it's
literally
like
no
they
sense
didn't say it on camera, so it's worse that, you know, Kristin said it on camera.
All the tables are separated, so like they specifically did not put Kristin with like Michelle and Jesse in that table. Janet asks Michelle, you know, how her and Jesse met. This was kind of like not relevant, but I still put it in here. Michelle says that they had coffee. She knew that he was not the one, canceled their first date, went out with her friends and got wasted and wanted a booty call. So she's like, oh, you know what? I'm going to call that guy up. And she's like, called him at 12 a.m. and says now she's in the world's longest booty call. Can you imagine?
No.
Like, and then for her to
she
say
is
that,
done.
like,
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even like you. I just thought you were attractive, but I can't stand your personality. Like, wow.
And then to have a child together with him, like, that just makes it even more awful.
Yeah.
Zach gathers, so Zach's like, wants to be the peacemaker. And he's like, kept asking, like, Jesse, can we please have a conversation with Kristin? And he's like, yeah, but just wait until I get my skinny margarita and then we'll go have a conversation. So he gathers Kristin, Michelle, and Jesse to talk. Michelle and Jesse are standing outside waiting for them. And Jesse's like, are you cold? Michelle responds, yes. And he does nothing. Like, I'm like waiting for him to take his jacket off and give it to her. And he's just kind of like, oh, sucks to be you as I'm standing here in my jacket. I was just like, what the fuck, Jesse? Kristin, very heartfelt apology, I said. She just keeps says, again, but keeps saying something, when she's using the word repeated. And
I'm sorry I repeated. Yeah.
She's not liking that, and that she wants her to straight up say, I lied. You're right.
I pulled this out of the air. I'm sorry. I just randomly made this information up. Like, everyone knows it came from someone. Like, that's not like an unknown thing.
Yeah. I don't understand it.
Michelle
says that she doesn't believe anything that she says. Kristin then looks at Jesse and says, I am so sorry that I respected your wife, your family. And Jesse says, can I ask you something? Is it worth it to continue to do this shit over and over again? Then I thought, oh God, this is going to go horribly wrong. But then Jesse is just like, I think that you just really need to stay out of pretty much the gossip and drama. And like kind of left it at that. Like you could see this like spark in his eye that he wanted to freak out, but he didn't. So in that moment, I will say Jesse held it together and he's just like, I just want to move on from this. Like I am 40-ish year old man. Like I'm over the drama. Like let's just kind of move on. Jesse and Michelle head up to the bar and Kristin is clearly still very, very upset. Yeah. And she just goes home and that was the end of it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel bad for Kristin. Like, yes, Kristin, you shouldn't have said anything, but I really don't think that she thought that this was all going to be put on her like this. Like,
no.
I don't think that she thought it was going to happen like that.
But I do think it's a lesson of like, stay on topic. Brittany pissed you off. Like, we have to remember, that is how this all started, was that Brittany brought up the fact that Jax was inviting Alex to boys' night.
Yeah.
And that is what pissed her off. How this turned into Michelle and Janet and Zach and all the other things is on Kristin, because it made no sense as to why she brought that up. Like, I'm sure there's another point in this season you could have brought it up and it would make more sense, but like,
right,
you didn't bring it on yourself ultimately because there was no reason. I'm sure you could have found something shitty to say about Jax. Why,
oh my gosh.
You could have been like, Jax is a cokehead. Jax is this. Like, you could have come up with anything.
That is something that shocks me that has never been brought to light until like later. But it's just like, how, I would have been like, you're so high on coke. Like, I would have lost my shit so many different times. And it has been this huge secret. And I mean, like, I think everyone always knew that Jax did a little bit of coke here and there, but it seems like it was like a problem.
Like why does Kristin protect Jax? Like, I don't get it. Like, she never really says anything bad about him. You know what I mean? Like, she lets him get away with a lot.
She doesn't.
It's weird.
Yeah. She'll just be like, oh, Jax. It's Jax.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't like it. All right. Well, thanks for listening. You can find us on all the social media. We're at Shaded Reality Pod. Instagram and TikTok and Facebook. We have a page. We also have a group if you want to, talk about the things that we've talked about here or give us your opinion. We have a Gmail, shadedrealitypod@gmail.com. So, yeah, if you want to look for us, Shaded Reality Pod is the best way to search because we kind of branded that way for everything. And yeah, this is Happy Thursday. We'll be back next week with episodes 5 and 6. So have an amazing Thursday and a great end of your week. Bye.
Bye.